hunt them up. Let's go.
On today's show,
Head.
what kind of hunt is this?
Head. No bird.
It's tradition for four friends who might just have North America's sweetest pheasant camp. A story you need to watch. Cold, hard lessons as lake ice approaches. What you need to know to stay safe on ice this winter. And an ode to a classic, a Minnesota grouse hunter with a story to share.
Minnesota Bound, presented by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems.
Hi everybody, Bill, Millie and I welcome you to Minnesota Bound.
Up first today, we head south and west to explore private land that's open to public hunting.
Minnesota's walk-in hunting program, quite the resource.
Yep, celebrated by all kinds of hunters, including the crew in Hendricks.
Some things sure seem perpetual out on the prairie. In far southwestern Minnesota, count on a couple of things. First off, birds will be flying. And odds are these four will be shooting at them. You know, the pals with the nicknames.
We've got Gino.
That's my nickname.
I don't know what they call me.
We go by CPAC and Rem Dogs.
Ryan, Rhino, Rem Dog, because my name's Ryan Remmers.
Pecker, I don't know.
Jason is Jason, or we call him Markla.
Boom goes the dynamite.
We started with a couple of us back in high school as high school buddies. Kind of brought a bunch of misfits together, enjoyed hunting, and came out and enjoy it every year. We've been coming up on 25 years.
Out to visit Jason Markola's favorite of pheasant towns.
This is a little hunting mecca. This is like a little a slice of Wonderland, and people figured that out this year.
Hendricks, a small farming community tucked in between hundreds of towering soldiers, pillars to one of southwestern Minnesota's most dependable economies, the wind.
Those wind machines make the coolest sounds. Just spinning out on the prairie.
This afternoon,
These are my friends.
we set out to walk among them.
We're gonna hunt.
100 steps into the field, and Jason turns right back around.
Everyone's excited, Jason.
I know, I'm excited. Come on, buddy. Hey, here.
His dog just jumped out the window of the truck.
And now he can't find his keys.
I don't know. Son of a... I don't know where they're at. Come on, let's go. Find them.
Find birds, not lost keys. Not quite the start we hoped for, but isn't that how some hunts go?
This dog's only 1.5 years, so we gotta kind of watch her close.
That dog named after Jason's favorite hobby.
And I collect old Scout trucks, right? I think she's gonna turn out to be a good hunting dog. 6 years from now, we're gonna be all laughing. Wow, what a rock star. You can do this, huh? Find those birds. Okay, hunt them up, let's go. There's been birds in here, Bill.
Oh yeah.
Where is it, Scout? Where is it? Oh, hen.
Hen. Hen. I'm not gonna lie, it's the second week of December. We should be hunting in the cold snow, busting the cattails right now.
But instead, we walk grass where we think we can find roosters. This hunt will prove less about the what we hunt and more so about the where. You'll see.
So many birds this year, it's just crazy.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Connecticut Water Treatment Systems, VMC Hooks, Midwest Exteriors MN, and by Ice Castle Fish House and RV.
The Hendricks crew looks forward to pheasant season every year. They also can't wait to take advantage of Minnesota's walk-in program, private land open to public hunting.
If you ever decide to hunt Lincoln County, Minnesota before Christmas, don't forget the sunscreen.
You know, here we are in December. It's gorgeous outside.
Best lows you can buy.
55 degrees, and Ryan Remmers shows off the pipes.
There's not even much wind. We're hunting in t-shirts.
That said, right off the bat, you get a sense of how important this hunt is to this crew of 4
Good buddies.
who never, ever miss this annual Hendricks hunt.
15 years. 14 maybe. My dog's gonna be 16, so that's how long I've been coming out here with Jason.
Long time, yep, and we look forward to it every year.
Come on, Scout, find these birds. Where are the birds?
Together, these friends walk where hunters could not that long ago. The guy with the big beard explains.
We got so many walk-in acres in Lincoln County, it's crazy.
I am a huge proponent of the walk-in area. So you have all this property that they can get a little slice of money from the state, and then we get to go hunt it. And that's just a great program.
Here, as long as you see those walk-in signs and follow the maps, you are good to hunt that property.
Acre after acre in Lincoln County alone.
The stuff we're hunting, it's not like these are 20, 30, 40 acre bits. They are pretty expansive, and we've got a lot of habitat to work through.
We're lucky, real lucky, especially in this county. The walk-in area program has been a huge success.
The bad news on this first spot,
And
seems the roosters left town. The good news?
Where were they?
Jason gets his keys back.
Live to die another day.
We can drive to spot number 2 for a quick sunset walk.
And
And, hey, no bird, no bird. Come on, Charles.
A hunt where any bird's shot are roosters certainly well earned.
Good boy, bring it here. Good job, Charles. Good job, buddy. It's a pretty one, look. See those? Yeah, we got one. Huh? Took a little bit.
nice shot.
One shot, one kill.
What a night.
This place is awesome.
Still ahead, we go back in time with this special grouse hunting couple. But first, an important lesson in winter ice safety, best illustrated on thin ice.
Closed captioning provided by Star Bank.
Up next, a story that could help save someone's life. Ron Shera set out to help you understand iffy lake ice.
If you've ever walked on a frozen lake, this is every angler's greatest nightmare. But rather than a nightmare, you might say Sam Jakewith is living the dream. He knows how to survive because teaching ice safety and rescues is his business.
I've been an instructor now doing this for 30 years.
Plunge after plunge, the teacher willingly treads on thin ice to teach others how to survive or to rescue.
What happens when you fall through the ice? If you don't have any rescue equipment, any safety equipment with you, we're going to demonstrate how hard it is going to be to get out of that ice. And then we'll go on, demonstrate just the simple use of the rope throw bag.
Another demonstration about how not to die. One evening off the ice with Cottage Grove firemen.
Thank you for coming.
The lesson was about saving lives or yourself in ice rescue situations.
How many out here are fisher people? Okay, great. What's the thinnest ice that you go out on? Let's see what the DNR says. DNR says 2 inches of ice. Yeah, stay off.
Other precautions an ice angler may take, Jakewith says, includes wearing a PFD, the same safety device worn in the summer.
If you do go in, guess what? You pop up.
Or a coat with flotation also works well.
It'll float a 200 to 250 pound person. It's just a shell coat.
But remember, if you fall in, you don't have much time to get help. Maybe 5 to 10 minutes of muscle control.
If you don't get out within that first 10 minutes, you're probably not going to get out.
Perhaps the most important safety tool is to carry ice picks, not only for crawling out of a hole in the ice, if you would fall in, but ice picks may come in handy for saving somebody else.
Ice picks, gotta have them.
Talking ice safety is one thing, practicing ice rescues is another, of course. Yet after 30 years of thin ice, Sam still seems willing to fall through it.
Every year, especially in Minnesota, land of 10,000 lakes, we lose so many people to cold water accidents. And we shouldn't be losing them with very simple safety precautions are taken. It'll save your life.
If you want to take your bird feeding in your backyard to the next level in the wintertime, you want to offer suet. Suet is a rendered beef fat. They add sometimes to it seeds or grains, and then they package it in something like this. The suet is a high energy food for the birds, and they really go for it. You can get all sorts of different types of suet, and all your woodpeckers are going to go crazy for it. If you're old-fashioned like me, what you do is you make your own suet. My favorite homemade suet recipe would be bacon drippings, Crisco, peanut butter, and just a handful or a sprinkling of black oil sunflower seeds. You boil that up, you pour it into a pan, you let it cool, cut it into bars, and then freeze those bars. We've got 2 different kinds of suet and 2 different kinds of cages that we offer them in. I like this one here because it has a prop, a tail prop. The bird lands here and its tail pushes against here, gives them a nice stable platform to be able to get to the suet.
Cut back along the swamp.
Straight ahead, a Minnesota-bound classic all about life up north in the office and out in the grouse woods.
Minnesota Bound is brought to you by Radco Truck Accessories. White Bear Lake Superstore. And by Totem Resorts, the premier destination for world-class fishing.
I finally had a gun made just for me.
In the world of Wayne Jacobson, a ruffed grouse is never far away. His home is a house of grouse. Grouse paintings, of course, lots of them. There's a grouse clock in the kitchen, and in the cupboard.
I was saying he is definitely a grouse man. All of his dishes even have grouse on them.
So this is the ultimate grouse gun.
I guess in my estimation it is.
Jacobson owns a motel complex in Grand Rapids, Minnesota, called the Sawmill Inn. Good name. Grouse do well in logged aspen forests.
How are you this morning, Susan?
In Jacobson's office, there are grouse on the walls, grouse on the tables, and grousey signs on the shelves. In Wayne's world, you can see grouse flying on everything, from his car windows to his gun cases. This may explain why, from September to December, the grouse man is often found here. In a grouse woods, of course.
Let's go down here and cut back along the swamp and see if we can't pick something up.
To Jacobson, grouse hunting isn't an avocation or a walk in the woods with his wife, Marty. No, grouse hunting is a way of life.
I've been fascinated with grouse most of my life. The more I learned about it, the more fascinated I became by the bird. They're a bird of the wild country. You can't raise them domestically as you can a pheasant or quail or chukar or huns even. They don't do well in captivity.
Minnesota's grouse hunting season opens in mid-September and continues for more than 100 days.
It'd probably be easier to tell you how many days I'm not out there. I try to hunt probably 5-6 days a week. Try to hunt every day. You know, weather and business will interrupt me once in a while. But I try to get out, at least I would imagine I average 5 days a week.
Jacobson's passion for grouse, however, goes beyond timber trails and hunting dogs. He has become a student of the bird.
This is where the droppings would be if this was a drumming log. Let's see what we can find. See the droppings? This is his primary spot. He may use the whole log, but he probably sits pretty much right there.
With an eye for grouse sign, Jacobson often sees a bird's life story in the snow.
Yeah, that's
several days old.
They say taste is the best way to determine.
And sometimes he finds the end of a bird's life.
This is shows that there's other hunters in the woods besides us. I would imagine this could be an owl or a hawk or anything. This is what happens when a grouse gets out of its cover.
To make life easier and longer for his beloved bird, Jacobson has turned more than 1,000 acres of his own land into a grouse management laboratory.
This was a clear cut from 2 winters ago. This is a classic clear cut. The important part about this piece of cover is the mature aspen trees provide the winter feed. The ideal situation is where you have a young aspen like this that gives them their protection, vertical cover, and they're right next to their food source.
With help from the Blandin Paper Company, Jacobson began manipulating the forest for grouse in 1982.
Most loggers and most logging companies understand and will be very helpful and work with you on it, so you can benefit your pocketbook and wildlife at the same time.
In fact, Jacobson's grouse trail of joy seems to have no end. In 1981, he started a local chapter of the Ruffed Grouse Society, plus a national fundraising grouse hunt to benefit grouse research and habitat work.
And between the two events, we've raised well over $1 million for the ruffed grouse through the Society's efforts.
But Jacobson's greatest achievement with grouse may be the last one. It has nothing to do with grouse habitat, but everything to do with a grouse-inspired romance. Wayne and Marty first met at a Ruffed Grouse Society meeting.
We both share this love of grouse and being out in the outdoors, and the dogs. We really enjoy running the dogs.
They were married at the end of the 1997 grouse season.
I've shown her all my good spots, and she hasn't left me yet, so I think that's a good sign.
Hey, don't forget, you can catch all of our full episodes online on YouTube, right, Millie?
Well, that about does it for us. Until next week, don't forget to introduce a kid to the great outdoors.
Transportation provided by Premier Transportation. Call 1-800-899-7433. To get more Minnesota Bound, including full episodes, go to mnbound.com. And to follow our latest adventures, like us on Facebook.